All praise to the Most High Creator and Sustainer of life. I apologize for the static in the video last week. I don't know what's going on. I have some new equipment that I was trying to use, and maybe it's malfunctioning. However, it's good to be here. And again, all praise to the Most High Creator, the Almighty God, the giver and sustainer of life. Blessings on your life as needed. Thank you for all the good things that you do, for your presence here and for the presence that you present to the world daily. Hello, it is Saturday, March 1st, 2025, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Welcome to Church Talk Unlimited with James Paul Berry. Today we're going to talk about the subject, a wannabe. A wannabe. When I was a young boy, whenever this description was given or this title was used, it was always used in the negative. And for many years, whenever I thought of what a wannabe was, I thought of it in the negative. I want to encourage you, if you are not an avid studier, if you're not a person who investigate the things that teachers and preachers preach and teach, particularly about God, I want to encourage you to become one. Because as a result of studying, I learned that there is a positive description of a wannabe. There is a positive designation of a wannabe. In the Oxford Dictionary, as a noun, a wannabe is a person who tries to be like someone else or to fit in with a particular group of people. As an adjective, it is aspiring or wanting to be a specified type of person. So either way, a wannabe can be used interchangeably. But I want to talk about a wannabe in the positive. A person who is trying to be like someone else or to fit in with a particular group of people. A person who is positively aspiring or wanting to be a specified type of person. A wannabe. A person who is trying to be like God. A person who is trying to be like the Creator. A person who is trying to be like Jesus of the Bible, of the New Testament. A person who is trying to fit in with the disciples of Jesus. A person who's trying to fit in with the Church of Jesus. A person who is aspiring, wanting to be a person who has the mind of Christ. a wannabe. It's all right to be a wannabe, especially if that wannabe wants to be right, wants to be correct. But even being a wannabe that wants to be correct, it is not always acceptable. It is not always embraced by everybody. But the more I study, the more I learn, the more I understand, the wiser I become, and I accept the things that Jesus taught. The servant is not greater than the master. If people hated Jesus because of the truth that he lived by, and we follow Jesus, what do we think is going to happen to us? I think churches in America get a pass from trouble, particularly reading the New Testament, beginning with the book of Acts, chapter 2, and seeing what the church went through. Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Jesus to his disciples, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. I want to be. I want to be who wants to be a disciple of Jesus, a learner of Jesus, a student of Jesus. Jesus said in Matthew 11:28, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. If you're like me, you're tired, not tired in the sense that you're ready to give up, but you would love to be able to have peace that would never end. Whoever wants to be my disciple, Jesus said, must deny themselves. We must learn how to deny ourselves activity that gets in the way of us being able to become that wannabe. We need to want to be. We must deny ourselves, deny our fears, deny what people say about us, and say to us if it's not true. And if it is true and it proves us in error, then we change. Paul said, all have sinned, and he was talking about everybody in the whole world, Jews and Gentiles. Jesus says, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves. And not just wants, of course, but if the want is real. Sometimes we say we want things and we don't really want it because we won't do the work that it takes to accomplish it. But whoever wants to be my disciple, if I may paraphrase, whoever really wants to follow me must deny themselves. You can't make up your own way to do it. I have no evidence where the Bible came from in terms of God, in terms of inspiring people. I have no evidence that Jesus ever lived the way people say. But I use the Bible, I believe the Bible, and I use those principles. And those principles say that if I'm going to be and you're going to be a disciple of that Jesus in the Bible, we're going to have to deny ourselves, deny our way. And we shouldn't be so confused, because if that is the way, although we keep revising it, But if that book holds away, we ought to be getting better, especially churches. Jesus said we must deny ourselves and take up that cross. Jesus had a cross to bear for this world, and so do we. I have no problem with preachers getting paid to preach the gospel. I would love to be able to get paid to preach the gospel, to preach to people that Jesus died for the sins of the world, was buried, and God raised him from the dead the third day. He started a church. I would love to be able to preach that and get paid. But being able to do that and doing that is not the same thing. And just doing that to people as a reminder is not the same thing as what Jesus said when he says, go into all the world and preach the gospel. There are still people who don't understand according to the Bible. I want to be, whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. Jesus was, from my understanding, from what I've read, Jesus was in the streets daily, reaching out to people. Are we really going to follow Jesus? John 8:31. To those Jews that believed him, Jesus said, if you hold my teachings, you are really my disciples. I believe the whole Bible is important, but I don't think any teaching in the Bible is more important than the teachings of Jesus. The teachings of Jesus means something. I know all of the teachings mean something, but the teachings of Jesus, according to my understanding, if we accept them, they would change the direction that we're going in so that we are able to deny ourselves. Jesus said, he that heareth these sayings of mine and do them, I will liken him unto a man who built his house upon a rock. When the rain came down and the flood came and the wind blew, the house was able to stand strong because it was founded upon a rock. I believe that. I want to be. I'm a be. I'm a want to be who wants to be blessed. Psalm chapter 1 said, blessed is the man that walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the congregation, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. It's all right to be a wannabe if you want to be the right thing. And I can't guarantee anything, but the best thing that I know is to be like the teachings of Jesus. Until next time, I wish you all that you need to complete your journey. God bless. Hello, niece. Good to hear you. Good to see you. Thank you for being here.